Howdy, howdy. No. Ho, ho, ho. Let's talk about the wonders. Howdy, howdy. I'm American Texan, and I love trading cards, specifically Wonders of the First. And being a collector and a player of Wonders of the First is such a pleasure and a blessing to not only be able to participate, but also just have a great community of people around it. As far as this week, not too much is happening. I've been super busy with preparing for Christmas, but there are a couple things that I want to address, starting with a new tournament that was announced in the Stoneseekers Society school group. So let's take a look at the details there and how you can participate if you want to play. All right, so let's get into the tournament as it stands inside of the Stoneseeker Society school group. So if you are not familiar, Skool, SKOOL.com, is a community-based website. It's kind of like Facebook groups meets Discord meets forums, but it's a lot more of a controlled environment, so there's a lot more of creating the atmosphere that you want. It's not like Discord where it's a free-for-all and anyone can just join willy-nilly. This is a really small, tight-knit group of people. The Discord has thousands of people. As you can see, the Stoneseeker Society has 100. Congratulations on the 100. They are very educational based, very focused on teaching the game, but also improving the game. Ben, who runs the group, is a hardcore player, and he's got a lot of great help from Filizino. You've seen me play him on the channel. It's a really great group, so I highly recommend if you want to get into the game more and learn more about it, without going too super hardcore, without going too much into the competitive weeds, this is a great place, because while you can become a better player, this is very much a collaborative effort among all the people inside of here. So that's very exciting to see. All right. As far as the tournament announcement, the 2026 tournament season for Skool will kick off on Monday, January 5th, and culminate with the final match streamed live the weekend of January 30th and February 1st. So what that looks like is they will have full bracket, and you'll play a few Swiss rounds, and then the championship will be on January 30th or February 1st. So if you tried a competition and you burned out because you're just playing match after match after match, you're only going to be playing like one match a week, or I guess one match every 5 or 6 days. It's much more relaxing, much more easy. You can take your time and really think about your deck and what you're doing. You don't have to go back and forth. Now, you will be choosing one deck, but you'll have more time to practice that in between rounds. So it's not a make or break like a competitive day. Now, here's what I'm excited for. The format will be Constructed Vagabond 750 DBS with the restriction of only one legendary card of each type. So what that means is it will be 750 DBS, and if you are still kind of unfamiliar, DBS is the deck balancing system, and that is how we grade how strong and powerful your deck is. So obviously with 750 means out of all the 50 cards in your deck, you can only add up to 750 points. So you'll have a lot more of a different deck, or at least a more scaled down deck than you'll see in some of the 1,000-point competitions. Additionally, what I love about this is you can only have one legendary of each card type. So your deck overall at most is going to have 4 legendaries: one legendary wonder, one legendary item, one legendary spell, and one legendary land. So that makes deck building very interesting, because if you look at a lot of the top 8 Stoneseeker and Dragon Cup decks, I mean, they had multiple legendaries, multiple cards doing multiple things, and now you can only have one legendary. You also, with deck building, that means that you have to plan on basically not getting one of that card. If you only have one legendary wonder in the deck, can your deck handle not drawing it? The way that I approach it is your legendary of the card type is really more of a bonus. It's not something to build the entire deck around. Otherwise, you'll find yourself very frustrated if you don't draw it. So it says this should create a fun and level playing field that gives participants a chance at having success, right? So there are 32 spots available. As far as when I record this, there are only 16 remaining, probably less. So if you want to play in this, definitely get in there. Now, it is an entry fee because it is a cash prize, $20 entry fee, which, let me tell you, even if you only play 5 games for $20, even if you lose every single one of them, I think what you'll learn in the process and the friends you'll make in the process playing the game, you'll get your value back, because you learn so much by playing with others outside of your circle, outside of your play style. And also you make friends along the way. And the people you play in these competitions, you will probably continue playing throughout the year in Discord. So it's a really great way to meet people. And then 5 rounds of Swiss play to determine the top 8. Again, I'm not a fan of the Swiss round format, but that's where we are right now. So we got round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then based on your wins and draws and losses from that, they go into the top 8, then the top 4, and then they will have the final match weekend. We're missing the semifinal, so I don't know when the semifinal will be. I'm going to assume it's going to be that same weekend. And then the prize tiers, if you take it all, if you come home, you get a $240 cash prize. Basically, all you have to do is finish in the top 8. So if you finish the top 8, you get your money back. And then after that, it is a scaling prize. So your Swiss round performance will also matter. It's not like when I was in Houston and I finished 3rd or 4th. I don't even remember anymore because 3rd and 4th got the same prize. I'm pretty sure I was 4th. I think Vortex was 3rd. And when you get out in the top 4, whether you're 3rd or 4th really comes down to how you did in the Swiss round. So the Swiss rounds really matters if you want to make a difference between the 3rd and 4th prize of $20. All right. Now they are making you aware that some of the rules are being updated based off of what we saw in Vegas, as well as some of the DBS changes. There may be some changes before the tournament starts. And as far as I know, once they make the DBS changes in the system, there's no way to go back. So just be aware that if you start building your deck, be aware that your DBS values may change and you may have to be like editing your deck the week of the tournament. Just be aware of that. All right. So I'm very excited for this. Like I said, my favorite part of it is not just the tournament style, not just that it's a very inexpensive entry fee. It is played all online on Tabletop Simulator. So if you don't know how to do that, I will have a link down below to my tutorial. We not only show you how to play in Tabletop Simulator, we don't talk so much about playing the game, like how to play Wonders, but we talk more about how do you play it inside of Tabletop Simulator. But also we talk about how to download it, how to find it, how to get the Wonders Workshop in there. So it is a very comprehensive video if you want to learn how to do that. But this will be a great way to kick off. And a lot of folks are wanting to do practice games. I'm very happy to see that. I've played a lot of Wonders this week with a lot of great players. And it's been an amazing week to be able to do that. So I love that the tournament is not just about the tournament, but also the lead up time, the deck building, the finessing, the creating, the testing. It's just a lot of fun to do that. So if you want to test your 750 deck, or if you aren't sure what to build, I've got a few of them that I've built. I might do a video beforehand. We'll see if the DBS holds. By all means, reach out to me and I'll share some decks with you. So yeah, I'm very excited for this. This is the Stoneseekers Society 2026 kickoff tournament. So if you want to join the Stoneseekers Society, I will have a link down below for you to participate. In addition to the tournament, we also had another announcement, an actual album drop from Radish Digital, a content creator and fantastic organization supporting a lot of the Imagination Mining Company products, Bo Jackson Battle Arena, as well as Wonders of the First. And he did an album. Radish Digital did an album. The Slappy is the gentleman's name. He did a full album featuring songs created by many of the creators of the First. Those are the different Wonders of the First creators. And I got to participate. I'm going to play it here in case you haven't heard it, but I don't want to just play it. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I went about writing the song, some of the lyrics that went into it, and what the final product actually sounded like. So I wanted to share some of the lyrics here. I'll try to have lyrics in the video. I don't know if I'll be able to get that out in time, but the lyrics here are written. You'll notice in the format that they are written is a 4-line verse and then kind of a chorus, but it's like a mini chorus and then a 4-line verse and then a mini chorus and then a 4-line verse and a mini chorus. I really wanted this. The idea of it was to be something more like a cowboy church carol or like a Christmas hymn. In the hymnals, if you remember, or if you go to church, you'll recognize that the standard hymns that are 4 verses typically follow the setting and then the anticipation and then the climax or the event, the Christ's birth or Christ's death, and then or resurrection, I should say, and then a follow-up that's usually forward facing. It's usually looking into the future, looking at the resurrection to come, looking at Christ's second coming, looking at us being in heaven. That's usually the final verse. It's the one that makes you cry. And so I wanted this one, while I didn't get 4 verses because it was really a time crunch and I didn't want to put out a 4th verse that wasn't quite there already. But I did get 3 verses. And again, we follow that same kind of system here where we're looking at the anticipation. We're setting the scene here in verse 1. And then we have kind of the event itself, bringing everyone together and playing Wonders of the First. And then we have the resolution. So I didn't get that so much forward facing, like looking forward to the next game of Wonders, but that's a little bit of, how I wanted to structure the lyrics. And again, I didn't spend a lot of time on this. Slappy wanted to get it out pretty quickly. And unfortunately I waited a little too long to actually get started on it. But I landed on this chorus line here. When we play Wonders of the First on this Christmas night, I wanted that to be the echo. That's the O come, Emmanuel, or Hark the Herald Angels, hark the Herald Angels sing. I wanted it to be like that moment, right? But of course, it is more of a quiet country song, as you'll hear. And so then I just wanted a little bit of a play on the verse or on the line before it. So it'll be quite a sight, right? We're setting it up, anticipation, and then under the North Star light, we're playing the game, and then let's be merry and bright. The resolution, like, hey, the game's over, but let's remember that we're still celebrating something much bigger than us. So that's a little bit of behind the scenes. Now, there are many things that I would like to change after hearing it a few times. Definitely would like to have that fourth verse. Definitely would like to compress that outro in the instrumental. But all of that was done by Slappy, and I'm very proud of him. I'm very thankful that he asked, and I'm very happy to have this little outlet. That was a lot of fun to sit down and get this out there. I was thinking about some of the things that I wanted to say, like, obviously I wanted to say howdy howdy. We wanted to incorporate your sister's fiance. That's what we call Magic players who are playing Wonders. It's like they're not quite in the family, but we don't want to turn them away. So it's kind of like the sister's fiance, right? You're not in the family, but we're okay if you end up joining the family. And then I wanted to obviously have some kind of meaningful Christmas message in here. It's not barely even a message, but just a moment. And I think that's great. So I think this line here should have been a little bit more compressed, but you'll hear that in the song. So anyways, that's just a little bit of a behind the scenes. Now let's listen to Howdy Howdy Wonders Christmas.
Howdy, howdy, gather around the firelight. Candles glowing softly on this cool December night. Shuffle up the cards like drifting winter snow. Hearts all leaning forward for the joy we soon will know. Come on, y'all, it'll be quite the sight when we play Wonders of the First on this Christmas night. Angels once announced it, Christ Emmanuel has come. So let's celebrate with cocoa and a table set for fun. Bring the whole family, even your sister's fiancé. We'll teach them to the Wonders way. Come on, y'all, under the North Star's light. Let's play some Wonders of the First on this Christmas night. Seven realms before us, where our stories intertwine. Fierce in the gameplay, yet fellowship we'll find. And when the game is ended and the final stone is won, we'll remember the real wonder of the season, the birth of Christ, God's own Son. Come on, y'all, let's be merry and bright and play some Wonders of the First on this Christmas night.
So thank you again, Slappy, for letting me participate and write that. And I hope you all enjoy it. I really, really enjoyed it. And now let's quickly go to the table. Normally we do mail day buys and trades for the week. However, I have no trades for the week and only one buy that came in. But man, it might be the buy of the year. Let's go take a look. All right, so just one package to show, but boy, it is a doozy. This one comes from Jules the Traveler, who I got to meet at SCG Vegas. I can't remember. I think we played at the 1250. Great competitor, great attitude, just an absolute joy to be around. And inside of here, I've got two packages, not cards. What could they possibly be? Well, Jules does some gym work, or maybe you could say she does some jewel work. She had these special gem available, and I wanted both of them because she had two sets. She had some mice. So we've got some gems here, and I'm going to call them gems because they're so nice. But, you know, in the game, we'll call them stones. So look at this. Eventually, when I have a mouse deck, because we've got adorable vermin, we've got a few mice, of course, Moonfire Crystal Mouse. We've seen some mice that we're getting in the next set. So I said, let me get some mice. Look at that purple one. I like that one as well. So there are 7 mice. Oh man, I take that back. I like this blue. You know what we need? We need a red, white, and blue. Do we have a red in here? We got a little bit of a red. We got a little bit of a crimson. Let me just show you the red, white, and blue here. Look at that. That is fantastic. Look at these mice. Can I zoom in and get some of the detail in here? Look at that. That is so cool. I wish I had set my camera up better for this. We got 3 little mice here. So that is really cool. So thank you, Jules, for that. Not only that, she included some nice bags, some nice, I don't know if these are silk or what, but some nice dice bags. Well, they're not dice bags. I guess they'll be stone bags. But there was another set that she had. And this one she only had 3 of. I don't know if she's going to make any more. If she likes to make money, I think she should make more. But just in case she didn't, I let the FOMO hit me and I said, I need that set. So I went ahead and ordered 2 sets. Looks like we got the same colors here. We've got, let me pull a good one here to look at. Here we go. Let's look at this one. Dragons. We got dragon stones, y'all. Look at these. These are awesome. There's the red. And then we got the white. So we got the red, white, and blue here. Look at that. This is so cool. Let me see if I can back out my camera here. All right, so we've got the dragon stones here. This is too cool. I hope Stretch got some of these. Look at this. We got 7 dragon stones. So whenever you're battling it out, you play a dragon deck, play with the dragon stones. Let the dragon, and then if you're playing against a dragon deck, play the dragon stones. You know, take a dragon stone away from the dragons. And then we got the mice. Surprisingly, I think I like the mice a little bit better. Look at this. That is so cool. I like the way they stand up. And then when your opponent concedes, they can just, I concede. The mice even kind of look good like laying down like that. That's pretty cool. So that's the only thing that came in this week. But man, I am very excited to have that. And then she included another bag as well with both sets. So I got these silk bags here to carry them around. That is so cool. Thank you, Jules. And go check her out. I'll put a link down in the description for her. I'll put a link down at least for the whatnot. I think they have an Etsy. I'm not sure, but I'll put a link to something to where you can go give her money and get some cool stuff like this. So thank you again, Jules, for those amazing jewels or stones. I am excited. I cannot wait to play with those. Thank you all for watching. Merry Christmas. Have a fantastic New Year's. It's hard to believe that for me, it hasn't even been a full year of having Wonders of the First under my belt. You know, I was a part of the Kickstarter. I was a part of that pre-order process, but I really didn't get too into the game until March, April, May, that time around. And then, of course, going into competitions really just locked it in, getting even closer to my collection. I am 3 Formless Foil Mythic Umbrathenes and 1 Formless Foil Epic Umbrathene away from completing paper, foil, and Formless Foil Umbrathene collection. I'm very excited for that. It's been a fantastic year. Thank you all for watching. You all mean the world to me. Your time and attention means the world to me as well. Like this video if you like this video. Subscribe if you want more trading cards and Wonders of the First content. And I'll see you all in the next video. Adios.
Come on, y'all, under the North Star's light. Let's play some Wonders of the First on this Christmas night.